It depends on the size. Okay, now we're on the soil. No, but we'll take much of your time. 2 minutes. Chicken, and then I like chicken. And then snake fish. And then snake panada, because if you like in Italy, Lana has said I'm a light put the electricity Lana I have bangal. So no more tata in ngoba amazi ayevela angena kakhulu futhi siyenzani sigcine sivale amashop singasebenzi into challenge sinayo and enye into futhi silwa angithi kufana nana amabhondwane lesithi like that akhona but siyalwisa but angithi bekuna ama pest control before but now they don't even come anymore.
by the city. We have our friends from the Africa diaspora. We have a very important partner, which is Paramount Africa. And we come as a department to come and celebrate the Africa Day. And we've chosen this particular site in the heart of the CBD in Yeovil because this is where Africa unites. This is where you're able to get the demography of Africa. And we thought that it was important that we come, particularly in this space, to come and celebrate with everyone. Appreciating Ogoti within our country and also in the province, there have been a number of these protests that will have taken place, which are in nature Afrophobic, and that's why we had to come here so that we're able to speak against those actions that will take place. Because we understand that at the heart of these protests, or the differences and divisions that are there, is an inability to have an appreciation of what we are one. You may be a South African resident, you may be from Uganda, you may be from the DRC and so forth, but Africa and all of us belong to her as her children. Particularly because these borders that we have and that people fight over are man-made. So it's important that we come here and conscientize people on why it's important for Africa's unity to be there. Because it speaks also to the economics and the development of the continent. If we remain disunited and we continue to have divisions amongst us, we'll never be able to realize the potential of the continent, but importantly to realize what our forebears had fought for. Individuals who were great leaders, individuals who span across the continent, your Thomas Sankara, Julius Nyerere, Nelson Mandela, and so forth. These are individuals who had a vision of a united Africa. And so we came here today and are here to preach that word, that they have not died in vain, and what it is that they envisaged, we see it as something that can still be realized. But it's important to begin the discussions and break the myths that we have about each other, which remain myths about our disunity and why we ought to be divided. At the heart of the conflict that we have are economic disparities. But we're not going to be able to solve that if we don't appreciate within the continent. This is where we have a mineral-rich continent. And if we took advantage of the minerals that we have and the resources that we have as a continent, we could be far greater than where we are. But because we are clouded by the disunity that is there and the borders that have been man-made, and we remain constrained by them, we're not able to realize our full potential. So this is why we're here today. We will give a more comprehensive input on the issues and just outline the importance of this particular day and for us moving forward. But we felt that it was important that we come here right in the heart of the city in Yeovil and be able to celebrate as one, because this is where all of us are found in Yeovil, right in the heart of the city, and we're able to celebrate here today and have everybody be critical of each other and the actions that are negative that we've taken against each other, but importantly be able to chart what is our way forward in that regard. So Nyabong, I'm going to hand over to Monde, who is is a great partner of ours in this job that we're saying of uniting Africa, and he will speak as to what this day means from them, from their stable, but let me allow him to take over.
Sanbonani, thank you very much. Let me first welcome our panel for the press conference. My name is Monde Twala, and I think for me, Africa Day and this day and this month is an important initiative. It's an important celebration, commemoration of who we are as people. I'm actually a great believer that every day is Africa Day. You know, we all live and thrive and are united to continue to build our country, to build our youth, and break down borders, you know, and build a continent that is united. How we do it as Paramount, if you know our brands, I think most people know our brands as Paramount, which is BET, MTV Base, Nickelodeon. You know, we actually lean more and thrive more on leaning more on content, storytelling, culture, heritage. That really inspires what we do. And over the last 17 years, you know, working across the continent, be it in Ghana, Nigeria, it's been the heartbeat of this continent. Really rests one in the youth of this continent, but also inspired by music, culture, storytelling, and elevating it, because I think it's really our time, and it's Africa's time to shine. I was telling the MEC earlier that for me it's also quite a sentimental day, you know, experiencing the walkthrough, and also, you know, hosting an event here in this part of Joburg is also very, very important, because I used to live up the road. You know, I developed friendships, relationships here with many Pan-Africanists, and I regard myself a Pan-Africanist. In terms of, you know, you learn so much from other cultures, and this cultural exchange is very important. So I think we all can be inspired by the initiative, which is going to be, you know, obviously something that we are going to experience over the next few days. We are going to touch on a number of areas, you know, whether it's music, arts, culture, film, through the panels, business talks, you know, fashion, talking African fashion, talking African food, African cuisine. And these are the things that unite us. As Africans, we usually lean on, you know, dining together, eating together. That's what brings us together. And I think music does the same thing. And you will see even in the lineups that we will unpack over the week or the next few days. It's really a great mix of talent that will be showcased, young, established, to some showstoppers. So let's lean on music, let's lean on culture, and lean on each other to continue to change Africa and, you know, reimagine, you know, an amazing continent that will continue to change and shift the world. Over time, you know, we've slowly built. If you look at Afrobeats, you know, you look at initiatives that we've done previously as MTV Base, the Mamas, you know, they've all encouraged collaboration. They've encouraged artists to unite, and they've encouraged, you know, a one Africa sentiment, you know, getting different artists from across the continent to collaborate in song also means it inspires our young generation to be able to cross borders, and let's do business with, you know, across our borders. Let's do business in West Africa, East Africa, because this continent is full of magic. This continent is full of diversity. Let's celebrate this diversity, because I think diversity makes us stronger as a continent. I do want to thank all the partners. You know, I think, you know, the MEC and your team and the city have been very bold in really driving this initiative. I know even the Premier is very passionate about ensuring social cohesion and ensuring that we unify in building our society and building a one Africa and creating a space for all of us to thrive. The space and amazing resources. We've got other partners like, you know, a very young business team, an events team in LoCrate. These are young guys that are really breaking into the space and doing amazing things, and it's good to support the younger guys. And let's see how we can make them, you know, they must host the BET Awards one day here in Joburg. Hey, see? How about that? You know, they will event it and host it for us. So it's important that we also develop young businesses. I think that's important. We've also, you know, come through, I think, 24 months of real struggle. And as the market is opening up, we thought it's also important to prioritize health and awareness around issues of, you know, an issue that is like malaria, HIV/AIDS. So we've also partnered with the Global Health Fund who are also our partners together with the Malaria Foundation, who are also coming on board, who will be holding talks and really imparting and exchanging knowledge with young people so that we create better awareness out there in terms of just issues that are affecting our very own societies, our very own people. So super honored, super excited about the potential that we all have to continue to grow not only Joburg and Gauteng, but grow South Africa, grow the continent, and continue to position Africa as a global quality, diverse, colorful rainbow. Hence we've coined this week United Colors of Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Councillor Ronald Harris. Up next, to share his opening remarks, I'd like to invite onto the podium my Makulubas, Mr. Monde Twala, who is the Senior Vice President as well as General Manager at Paramount Africa. A round of applause, please.
Good evening, Africans. Are we all good? Let me officially just kick off the evening by just observing all protocols and acknowledging our honorable MC who's here with us tonight. So it was a great partner with us in Paramount Africa. We also acknowledge all the dignitaries in the room. And really thank everyone for prioritizing yourselves as Africans. It's our duty, it's our responsibility and purpose to really make sure that as Africans we stand tall and really celebrate today. Today is Africa Day. It's the 25th of May. It's a day that is very special to me and I'm sure all of us across the continent, and I say us across the continent, because I think in the room today we have, an amazing United Colors of Africa, which is the central theme for our activities this week, and just acknowledging also, all our partners from LoCrate Market, the GFC that really does amazing work in terms of supporting the arts, supporting the film industry in our market, and all the hard-working teams. I always say to people, we are nothing without the people behind the scenes that are doing all the amazing work in putting together a great program. Africa Day for me is every day. Every day is Africa Day. As Africans, we have to celebrate ourselves, but we also have to drive and create and inspire young people to continue to look inward in terms of, especially the creative industry. It is time for us as creative and media platforms to really be focused on telling our own stories. And not only telling our own stories for just our local channels, but tell stories that can travel. Tell stories that can travel and change the world. There's a lot the world can learn from us Africans. There's a lot the world can learn from our diversity, our color, our heritage. The fact that we have many languages. The fact that we have many cultures. The fact that we have such rich heritage that we need to now document and make sure that we can create an opportunity for future generations to really stand out. We don't want to be Hollywood. We don't want to be Hollywood. We are Africa. And I think that should be something that we drive and curate ourselves. And I think the partners that are all gathered here are all focused on being the change we want to see. They're all focused on impact and creating a forum and a platform for future generations to really thrive and stand tall as Africa. The world is ready. I work for a business, it's a global business. Paramount is a very big business. We have channels across the world. We are known for our entertainment channels, from MTV Base, BET, Comedy Central. Paramount is a studio brand, a film brand. We do a lot of amazing content. Recently, BET produced during the pandemic. It was quite a challenge to produce during COVID. We were bold enough this was our biggest investment ever on the continent. It was a production called Sono, which was our telenovela, our first ever telenovela on BET Africa. That was shot and produced in the city center of Johannesburg, in Fortsburg. That piece of content, 260 episodes, has been showcased across various BET channels. The news I want to deliver is that it's become the #1 telenovela for BET France. And there's content out there. There are content players out there that are hungry for African stories. And I think that is a commitment as Paramount Africa that we will continue to partner and thrive and build this market, but make sure that we are telling African stories that are for the world, by Africans, for Africans, by the youth, for the youth, and that's something that we're going to do. I want to get into quickly some of the initiatives that we will be showcasing over the next couple of days under the theme United Colors of Africa. And that's really some business talks. We're going to have business panels, we're going to have creative panels, together with the GFC. We will be launching a key initiative in terms of driving film tourism and opening up our industry and running workshops and development workshops that will enable our industry to bring in best practice into the market and help us collaborate with the best in the world. So that's something that I think we are collaborating together with the department and the Housing Film Commission on. And I want to thank both of them as partners because they are very intentional and bold when it comes to development, when it comes to really positioning this province particularly as a destination. We are the gateway to the continent. It starts here, and through these kind of partnerships, we'll continue to do that. We have screenings that will be happening at the Constitutional Hill over the next couple of days. We've got some films that from the GFC that will be showcased. We've also got some Paramount Africa documentaries that we will be showcasing that are really diverse. Documentaries that talk to young people, but documentaries that talk to engaging young people on a number of topics like patriarchy. I think as Africans, we are challenged when it comes to empowerment and gender equity. That's something that we want to showcase and we will continue to document through different initiatives, content, and also prioritizing black female narrative. Something I'm very intentional about. Making sure that we can continue to make sure that on screen, off screen, that we reflect diversity as best as we can. And make sure that particularly on the gender side of things, that young black women are really given opportunities to really drive productions and storytelling. We also have art. Art is one of the strongest, I think, platforms we have for creativity. And I think African art, it's time that we elevate African art and make sure that we also engage and consume African African art. So we're going to have art exhibitions also happening in the Constitutional Hill. And then finally, we're going to have a fantastic party. We're going to have great music. We're going to have a great lineup that we will showcase. But we're intentional about what we're curating in terms of our festival lineup. You know, we're making sure that it is representative of the continent. We've got artists from Nigeria, Fields will be coming down from Nigeria. So Afrobeat, we've got obviously Amapiano, Afrobeat are taking the world by storm. We cannot not showcase. But we'll also have, you know, young artists. We're also going to have the likes of Blakey, Marcus Harvey. We really want to create a diverse lineup of artists that we're going to showcase on stage. Obviously, we also have a lot of we've also curated a space for arts and craft and fashion. So we'll have a lot of small businesses and SMEs that will be showcasing their work, that will be showcasing their craft, their talent throughout the festivities, and obviously food. Africans thrive and Africans win. We laugh, we cry together by eating great, amazing food, and I think there's going to be a great diversity of African cuisine on showcase. And yeah, I really want to acknowledge all the partners and everyone else, and really for the bold move of continuing to believe in our ability as Africans to be this rainbow nation, and obviously this rainbow nation that will change the world and impact excellence and showcase African excellence to the world. Thank you very much. Let's get out there. Let's have a great time together. Let's continue. African days every day, guys. Let's continue.
Thank you so much for that one. They're really showing us how the creative space and how the arts can be used as a vital tool in promoting a united Africa.
That sounds good. Thank you so much for everybody to be here today. As we celebrate a day that is about us, Modern Poetry and the Creativity Africa Day every day. And that's really what today is about. It's about us celebrating ourselves and building back confidence in ourselves in this beautiful continent to be able to make sure that we realize our full potential. I've made the fundamental error of beginning my speech without making my greetings, which was so anti-politician of me. So let me greet the ANC, who's with us, a great partner in the city, who has a passion for development. Thank you so much for being here with us. Let me also welcome our world councillor, as Wechu was greatly saying, Abania has led down. So we thank you for joining us. We've got our 2 world councillors here. Let me also greet our friends with the African diaspora. These are the individuals that we work with on a regular basis, and we make sure that whenever we have to celebrate Africa Month, we do it combined. And importantly, our partner, Paramount. I don't know what else I can say about you, except to say that I think you're such a great mind, and Paramount is like eternity. And that's really good that you're such a visionary, and your vision of shaping and positioning Africa is truly profound. So it's always great to have partners like yourself, especially in the private sector, because we appreciate it. When we want to develop the nation, government can't do it alone. So it's important that these private-public partnerships work. And you are exactly that. You're a shining example of that. So thank you. So today we're celebrating and reviewing the United Colors of Africa. I'll say earlier that it's unfortunate I'm currently episode was Mary and my baby. All of you want, especially after you eating this stuff, it's so heavy you want to rest. So I'll make my speech as short as possible. But to indicate that today we're celebrating the African colors of Africa. The united colors of Africa. And I came here dressed in a cape that is Ndebele inspired. A cape made by Oscar, a very great fashion designer who were taken out of the country because we really want to display this work. And he does what we really want to see of our various artists, and that is to transmit our culture to the world. So today, I wear this Ndebele inspired cape to give a voice to the Ndebele people. Because they, like the Venda, like the Tonga, and so forth, are always regarded as a minority. So it's important that we give a voice to those that are regarded as a minority, we bring them and give them the voice that we require. So we want to celebrate and indicate just the genius that is there within this continent of ours, and the young people that are in fashion that we want to showcase, the young artists that we want to showcase, and truly be able to make sure that we show the world what Africa has to bring to the table. Today is about, and I think we're all related to, so I want to draw attention to this, but safe to say that we came here at Novo having selected this venue intentionally because it simply would not make sense to be anywhere else. In Novo, you have your mini Africa in Johannesburg. You have individuals that come from Ghana, that come from Nigeria, that come from the DRC, that come from Zimbabwe, that come from Ethiopia, and Kenya, and so forth and so forth. So it was important that we come here because this is truly the melting pot of Africa, where everybody resides. But it's also the place that was riddled with a lot of challenges. As we know, there's been a rise in Afrophobic attacks. Some call it xenophobia, but it's actually not, it's Afrophobia attacks. We also know that there's concerns around crime and so forth, and so that's why we wanted to bring these discussions here. So that even those that stay in this area appreciate that we ought to work as one, as a united Africa. And we don't do it because we think that when we hold hands and sing Kumbaya, it's good. So we're not doing it purely for emotive and sentimental purposes, but we do it because there is power in our numbers. From an economic point of view, if Africa is not united, we will continue to be in the periphery. So when we appreciate that when we begin to be combined and united in how we want to develop this beautiful continent, there is so much power in that. I was saying earlier during the press briefing that if all the continents are to shut down and we could not travel to each other, Africa is the only one that will be able to send. Because the other continents rely on us so heavily. They rely on our mineral resources, they take them, they extract them, they bring them back as refined resources. So that is the pattern that we ought to break. The pattern of extraction out of Africa and bringing it back in a refined format is what we need to break. But we're never going to get to that point if we continue to see each other as different entities without appreciating the bigger picture that is there. So when we speak about poverty in Africa, only Africans can liberate themselves. And we do it by beginning to not be divided. So we've got your organizations, and I don't want to get all political, but there are many organizations, and some of them, we know them, the Operation Ebola, and so forth and so forth. So those organizations want to deal with the economic disparities that we see. And yes, the divisions, the Afrophobia that we see, is the divisions and the fights for resources and space amongst the poor and the working class. That is how it manifests itself. It's a fight and a battle for resources and space. So what does that mean? If you want to eliminate the barriers, the Afrophobia, you have to deal with the economic question. But how do you deal with the economic question if you don't deal with the issues around unity? These things intertwine into each other. This is the appreciation that we want to have. So these organizations can fight and say, no, as South Africa, we protect ourselves and so forth. That's good and well. But you know what? You're only dealing with the immediate. You're not dealing with the long-term issues that we're still going to have. So what is the point? Are we here to struggle for the immediate benefits only, or are we here to ensure that we build an Africa that will be there and will be sustainable for future generations? Those who fought apartheid and colonization were not thinking about the immediate. In fact, some of them did not realize freedom. Some of them died, they had to give away their lives. Why? Because they understood that they needed to fight for future generations. So why are we so self-centered to think that let's address the immediate and we can forget about this? And this is where the issue is. And so when we speak about this, we must be able to put things into context. So what is our provincial government doing? Because of course, we've analyzed this and noted that yes, there may be economic issues, so how do we deal with them, but at the same time without compromising the bigger picture? The premier of this province, unfortunately, could not be here with us because the doctor has been off until Friday. Indicates, as it was launching the Township Economic Development Act, when we were signing it into an act, he indicates that we do this so that we can increase the opportunities for our local people. The battles and that which gives us this unity is around the economic issues. So by making sure that we focus on the townships and the ability for township individuals to be able to sustain themselves, you are then able to eradicate these other problems that we have. And it's an important piece of legislation that has been signed into peace. So that it deals with these fights, and part of the manifestation of it and what will be the ripple effects of that act is that we seek to see greater social cohesion amongst everybody so that we can focus on the bigger picture, because for now everybody is focusing on their immediate challenges. So we want to address the immediate, and that is why we've been able to put that act. And what that act says is for us to revive businesses within townships. So we always give the example that Livelihoods is our most successful heritage route. And that is part of the initiatives that I made from East Township Act. So we look into what are the assets that Gauteng has. We don't have an ocean. So we're not like in Cape Town and the Western Cape, but certainly what we do have is a rich history and a rich heritage that we can be able to make sure that it benefits our people from an economic point of view. So we don't look at heritage and culture and issues around social cohesion purely from a sentimental and an emotive point of view. We look at the economics of it. And so that is why when you look at the street, it is a street that celebrates our history, but it has been able to ensure that the community of the Orlando can be able to sustain itself. That community is doing so exceptionally well because of the tourists that come to that area, the artists are able to make a living, the individuals that are in crafts and so forth and so forth, and those that are in the PNPs, etc. It's our most successful heritage route, but we want to replicate that to all parts of the province so that we deal with these issues. Because they want to and want to feed those that are coming from township and say they are taking their jobs in security and being a waitress and so on. There are other opportunities that are there, so it makes no sense for you to fight each other to this extent. So that's what our act is about, because we want to make sure that we empower individuals and begin to stand up on your feet and be able to realize that there is enough for everybody. Africa is rich, there is enough for all of us to be able to make a living. So ours is about the bigger picture, while at the same time dealing with the problems that are immediate that make people fight. So I don't want to get over into political groups.
And here I am, I'm the daughter of a pastor, so I can go on and on. So, we're here to celebrate Africa. We're here to celebrate that which is us. Partnerships like that which we have with the Paramount allow us to do that. So beyond dealing with the issues around the economy and the stability that we need to bring into the continent, it's also about us transmitting our culture to the rest of the world. And we have been able to learn from each other. The Nigerians have done exceptionally well transmitting their culture to the world. People wear the Nigerian attire. We all call each other Oga, Ibu, and so forth. And these are things that you learn from the short films that they send out. They've made being Nigerian cool. So we want to see that for the rest of the continent. And these partnerships with the likes of Paramount are important in that regard, because media is an important instrument for communication. So I thank you so much once again. I don't want to belabor the point, but safe to say that we're all here today, united in our African colors. Let's enjoy this day.
For something you get everything you want, and that is all you need, that is all you've got. And then to move, to feel it all, to feel the energy, to feel it set you free into something beautiful.
Sope, the MEC for Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation here in the province of Gauteng. So we're here today to celebrate and open Africa Month. As you know, today is Africa Day, and we brought it right here in Yeoville because it's such an important venue for us to be in, because this is where you're able to witness Africa at play. This is where everybody converges within the continent. So you've got individuals that are coming from Nigeria, from Ghana, from the DRC, from Ethiopia, and so forth and so forth. So we felt that it was important that we come here. We know that a lot of people have a lot of fears around Yeoville, some because they say it's crime-ridden and so forth. But we thought, let's come right here in the heart and have this topic about African unity with the people that it concerns firstly and primarily, and it's important that we're able to show and display this unity that we talk about. Paramount Africa is a very important partner for us. And you know, under their stable is the Nickelodeon, is MTV Base, is BET, and so forth and so forth. And they have a number of these platforms, and they are a global entity. So it's important that we partner with an institution like themselves because of the global footprint that they have. When we speak Africa, we're speaking within the confines of a global economy. And they're able to assist us to transmit our culture into the world. So that's why it was important that we have this partnership, because we really want the rest of the world to begin to appreciate what South Africa and Africa holistically is about. And the best way to do that is by utilizing your communications channels to make sure that we're able to communicate our messaging and importantly transmit that which we are. So I'm wearing a modernized Ndebele coat. So and it's really about celebrating our country, cultures. I decided to utilize the Ndebele outfit because, you know, they are considered a minority, and it's about giving a voice to that culture. So I thought it was important that we highlight them and be able to profile them today. So that's why I chose this.
Thank you very much, Honorable MC.
Thank you.
You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.